Some stories are written in ink, and some in fear. The graveyard shift as a security guard at Safe and Sound Self-Storage was the easiest job I ever had. It was also the loneliest. My entire job was to sit in a small office for 8 hours and watch a bank of black and white monitors showing endless silent hallways. The building was a concrete maze, hundreds of identical roll-up metal doors under the stark, humming lights. During my shift, nothing ever happened. The silence was the hardest part. You get used to it, but you never really like it. My only real duty was to do one full patrol at 3 a.m. I'd walk the echoing halls, my footsteps the only sound, making sure every unit was locked and secure. It was boring, but it paid the bills. Last Tuesday, the silence broke. It was just after 2 a.m. A single red light started blinking on the security console. Motion detected. Sector C, 3rd floor. I looked closer at the screen. The notification was for Unit 731. I felt a cold knot in my stomach. I knew that number. Unit 731 was legendary among the guards. The rental agreement was ancient, started back in the 80s. The payments were on auto draft from some old bank account, never missing a single month for over 30 years. But the main rule, the one the manager stressed to every new hire, was about Unit 731. You never ever touch that lock. You don't even look at it too long. The renter is deceased. He'd said it like a warning, not a piece of information. I stared at the monitor for Sector C. It was empty. The motion alert had to be a glitch. A rat, maybe. But as I leaned closer to the speaker for that sector, I heard it. A faint, rhythmic sound, almost too low to register. Tap, tap, tap. It was coming from inside Unit 731. I tried to ignore it. It's not my business, just a faulty sensor, just the building settling, but the sound was so deliberate. It wasn't random. It was a pattern. Tap, 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 pause, tap, tap, tap. My curiosity was killing me, but my fear was worse. I did nothing for an hour, just listening to the faint tapping over the intercom, my mind racing. What if someone was trapped in there? How could that even be possible? Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. I grabbed the master keys, a heavy ring of old brass keys that could open any lock in the facility. Breaking protocol was a fireable offense, but the sound was gnawing at me. The 3rd floor of Sector C was colder than the rest of the building. The air was heavy, still. As I walked down the long, concrete corridor, the tapping grew louder, clearer. It was coming from right behind the door. I stood in front of Unit 731, the faded red paint peeling. The lock was old, covered in a thick layer of dust. No one had touched it in decades. My hand was shaking as I found the master key for the 700 series. The sound of the key sliding into the dusty lock was deafening in the silence. The tapping stopped. Absolute silence. I took a deep breath and pulled the heavy lock off. With my heart pounding against my ribs, I gripped the cold metal handle of the roll-up door. I pulled it up, the metal screaming and groaning in protest. It opened to reveal a wall of absolute solid blackness. It didn't look empty, it looked full. Like the darkness itself was a solid object. My flashlight beam didn't penetrate it. It just stopped, absorbed by the void. And from that suffocating darkness, a dry, dusty voice whispered. It sounded ancient, unused for centuries. It said, "Thank you, I have been tapping for a very long time. Some doors should never be opened. Some locks are not meant to keep people out. They're meant to keep things in. Subscribe to Silent Ink Stories if you dare to find out what's been waiting in the dark."